Hi, I'm Phyllis, southernfrugal.com. Today we're going to fix some collard greens in the Instant Pot. Now, I'm going to use this little grate that goes in it because sometimes the collards will stick to the bottom of the pot. They don't burn, but they kind of stick there, so that's what I'm going to use. Anyway, so what I have is a bunch of, it was 3 bunches of leaves, you know, the stalk, in one bunch, and so those 3 have in the center the little baby collards, and they are super tender. I love them. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and cook those in with the rest of the collards. I've already washed them. There was a lot of sand on them this time, a lot. But anyway, so what we're going to do, last time I fixed them, I think I used 10 minutes on the Instant Pot. This time I'm going to only use 5 minutes because I think they were a little overcooked last time. And again, I had to wash these a lot, and I removed the stems. Now we're going to really pack them in here. I mean, really pack them in, because they're going to go way down just as soon as they start cooking. I'll put those on top. Now I'm going to add 1 cup of water to the Instant Pot, just 1 cup. Now if I were fixing these in my other pressure cooker that I use on the stove, I would cook these for just 3 minutes. But this Instant Pot really doesn't have quite as much pressure as my stove top pressure cooker. So what I'm going to do is cook them for 5 minutes on full pressure, and then I'm just going to allow them to come back, the pressure to come back down on its own. So let me go ahead and put the lid on. I always have trouble with the lid. There, I got it. Alright, so I'm going to plug it in. Make sure that this little, let me show you, y'all can't see. I'll move it over. Make sure this little thing is turned back to sealing. So it needs to be turned all the way back. Alright, so what I'm going to do, oh, y'all can't see again. What I'm going to do is do it on manual for 5 minutes. I have to take it all the way down to 5 minutes. And we're just, and now it won't start timing until it reaches pressure. So we just got it for 5 minutes. All right, now it's on. And it's not going to start timing until it has built up the pressure. And it's on the full pressure now. So anyway, 5 minutes, and then we're just going to let the steam come back down on its own. So when that happens, we'll be back. Okay, the pot just finished on the 5 minutes, so I'm thinking I'm going to let the steam out, and I'll show you how I do that. Now I'm going to turn my fan on so there's going to be some noise because I want it to take that steam out the window. So I've got it right below my fan, which is right there. Alright, here we go. I just put my dish rag over that so it doesn't just go up all over my kitchen. It kind of sterilizes the dish rag too while it's doing that. And hit cancel so it'll all turn on. Now they smell like they're done, but I'm just not sure. So now last time I'm sure I cooked them for 10 minutes and then let the steam go down on its own, and I think they were a little too done. Alright, there the little metal thing popped down, so it's safe to take the lid off now. Let me show you what they look like. Let me cut my fan off. Alright. Alright, I'm going to check and see if they're tender by just actually sticking the knife down in there. Okay, these on top are super tender, and I'm going to go ahead and take those out. See how they all stay together? I love these little center parts of them. And when we had collards in our backyard, we had so many, and I took a lot of those out and just made I just called it baby collard soup. Alright, I'm going to try one of these and see if it's tender. That's a leaf that's more mature. I think they need about 2 more minutes to be perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of oil in there now. A couple of tablespoons. And just a little bit of salt. Just a pinch of salt in there. Alright, so we're going to put them back under the steam for about 2 minutes and we'll be back. Alright, I actually did it 5 more minutes for the collard greens just to be sure. So it's, let's say it's showing it's got 1 more minute. So as soon as that buzzes, we're going to start letting that steam out. Yeah. Alright, I thought it was going to tell me it was done, but maybe not. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, there it goes, it's done. Another full 5 minutes. So I'm going to cancel it, and I'm going to let the steam out. So here goes the fan again. Just letting the steam out by putting the dish rag over the top of it. So most of that steam will go right out the fan. Still steaming. Yeah, the great part about these little instant pots is you don't have to stand and watch them like you do the kind that you put on the stove. And that's what I like so much about it. Okay, there went the little thing showing the steam is down, so we're going to take the lid off now. Check them again and see if they're done. Yeah, they're done now. Alright, y'all, I'm going to dump these out in the bowl and we'll be back. Alright, I decided to put the collards in a pot because I want them on the stove just on low to keep them warm. And these little 3 inside section of the collards, of course, didn't get any salt or any oil on them. So I'm going to take what's in the pot, which is probably less than a cup, maybe a cup, I don't know. And I'm just going to pour that over them. And again, we're just going to put these on the stove, just on low. They won't be boiling or anything until we get the rest of the meal ready, so we'll be back. Alright, we've got the collards all done. They're just on the stove on real low to keep them warm, so we're going to fix pintos now. Now, I'm going to leave a link down below this video to show you how I fix the pintos. But these have been boiled and the water poured off and all that. And they've been soaking for about 2 hours. So I went ahead and dumped that water off. That's the dogs. Did y'all hear that? Hey! Playing in here in the kitchen where I'm recording. Anyway, I'm going to dump these in. They've got water up over the beans, so I'm just going to dump them in. I'm going to go ahead and add some salt to them. And we're going to go ahead and add some oil. Now, a lot of people use fatback grease. Some people use smoked turkey, wings and bacon and all kinds of stuff. I'm just using olive oil. So I'm putting probably about 3 tablespoons of olive oil in there. And somebody mentioned to me on one of the comments about putting the oil in. That way it doesn't come up on your pot and get in, you know, clog up that little thing. So we're going to go ahead and put this lid on. And let me turn it down so y'all can see. Alright, so all I'm going to do is actually just hit the one that says bean/chili. I'm just going to hit that one. And that's going to be 30 minutes. So it'll take it just a minute or two to come up to steam. And at 30 minutes, they should be done. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, so we are ready to make some cornbread to go with the collards and the pintos. The pintos have got about 25 minutes to cook, and then we have to let the steam go down on its own. So what I've done, I ground up a can of golden sweet whole kernel corn. I dumped the water out first, of course, and just ground it up to smithereens in my food processor. So now we're going to add, whoops, you're just going to mix the whole thing up in the food processor. So I've got my oven preheating to 425 degrees. So I'm going to put 2 whole eggs in. And I've got 1 cup of Martha White self-rising yellow cornmeal mix. I'm going to dump that in. Now I'm going to go ahead and just start pouring the milk in. I'm going to start with just go ahead and put 1 cup in. And this is just regular whole milk. And while we're at it, we're going to put a couple of tablespoons of the oil in it. Alright, we're going to mix that up. This is going to be kind of loud. Alright, hang on, just going to mix it just a very little. Okay, and now I'm going to add some sharp cheddar cheese. This is probably 1.5 cups that I shredded just a few minutes ago. So just going to put that in. And put the lid back on. And go again just for a very 30 seconds or 20 seconds. That's it. Alright, so we've got a batter that's kind of runny looking, but that'll be fine. I'm going to pour it in it's like a 9 by 12 or 8 by 10, I don't know, little Pyrex dish, and we're going to bake this. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, we got everything finished and we're ready to eat. I decided to put the pintos in a little bowl because I like to be able to dip some of the cornbread in that juice. There are the collards of the little baby, or inside part of the collards is, I put them on top. There's Mr. Bucky's plate. Alright y'all, we will see y'all next time. We're ready to eat. Bye for now.